Fred Williams Excel Prime, similar to a previous tutorial, using end of month is the reporting date within the past 14 days from the date. Right off the bat, you know 14 days doesn't equate to the end of the month. We're going to come up with a different format. There's two. There's one that is explicit in terms of its workability. It's this calculation here. I don't recommend it. The reason being I'll explain to you in a second. And then there's this other formula. We want to use this approach here. It takes a little more data entry, but this first formula, we're working with weekday. If we read over here in the narrative, it's based on a specific start date. The result, the formula is as noted here. And there's one that's general, and then there's one that's based on using today. The result is true for any date in the last 2 complete weeks, where weeks begin on Monday. You would have to note Monday here for this particular model to work. Otherwise, we have this very straightforward where we're using if and and I'll get to that in a second. The reason I'm bringing this to your attention is over here, I just computed the dates between the date up here, some fictitious date in the future, and our reporting date. And you're going to see 17, 17, so on and so forth. And we have one true. It says last 14 days. But notice here, we're triggering a false. Here is the first formula. Here is a duplicate formula. These two are the same. D and E are the same other than the notation. All I did was I put last 14 days and then I put true and false. Here, you can see there's something wrong here. Thursday, October 11th, clearly within 14 days. What seems to be the problem? It wants a Monday start date, and I don't know if I can do that. We'll fool around with it. Here, we'll hit F9 a couple times and see what's going on. Here we got true. If we're within 14 days, it still works using this formula here, this weekday formula. But I'll prove to you another example. Keeping an eye on the days and the truths. Here again, we're running into a problem. Let's just make up a date. Let's just go Monday. January 17th, I went 1-1. I went 1/16/2001, 16, 20, 29. Okay, 1/6. How about 1/15? Just keep fooling around with this thing. The one January 15th, F9, and that's going to be hard coded. Again, here's an example. We have Monday, January 15th, 2029. It's 1 day behind. Reporting date within the past 14 days. Not working. Here, 7 days, it's true. If we do what's correct, and it says your week begins on Monday, if we put the Monday up here, it works. Unflexible. All right. Is this just in this experiment? No. I'm not buying off on this. I'm going to use this approach. I'm going to just use a simple if and. If and B5 is greater than or equal to E2, this date minus 14, and B5 less than E2, true. Other than false. No. I don't like this weekday deal. I mean, you can incorporate it if you think every day in the future is going to be a Monday, then knock yourself out. But no, I'm throwing this one out the window. I'm using this approach. Read it over here. Here's the anatomy. Fred Williams, Excel Prime.